Must watch. 8 subtle signs she's into you. Modern Stoicism. Welcome, brothers of wisdom. If you've ever found yourself uncertain about whether she's truly into you, then this is your moment of clarity. In the quiet spaces of human interaction, women communicate in a language that most men never truly learn to decipher. It's not spoken. It's emotional, intuitive, and subtly powerful. While many men might overlook or misinterpret it, the Stoic man observes. He doesn't chase. He doesn't guess. He sees. A Stoic man understands that true strength comes from restraint, patience, and a calm, perceptive awareness. This is what sets him apart. So let's dive into it. Why this matters. Attraction isn't always loud or obvious. In fact, the most profound connections are often expressed in whispers. The glance that lingers a little too long, the slight lean towards you when you speak, or the shift in energy when you enter the room. Most men miss these signs, not because they aren't there, but because they don't know how to look for them. Misreading a woman's signals can lead a man to act too quickly or not at all. Both are costly mistakes. But when you learn to read her correctly, you gain more than just a romantic edge. You gain emotional clarity, grounded confidence, and the ability to connect on a deeper level without desperation or illusion. This isn't about tricks or playing games. It's about being present, aware, and grounded in timeless masculine wisdom. The Stoics taught us, see clearly, act intentionally, accept the outcome with calm strength. Now let's explore the 7 subtle signs that she's into you. Sign 1. Meaningful gaze. In a world full of noise and distractions, there exists a subtle yet profound sign when a woman is genuinely drawn to you. It doesn't come in grand gestures, flashy words, or attention-seeking actions. It lies in the depth of her eyes. A simple, lingering gaze can convey 1,000 unspoken truths, and this, my friend, is where you need to focus. This isn't about the fleeting flirtation you might experience at a party or a passing moment in the office. No, this is deeper, quieter, and more meaningful. When a woman holds your gaze just a little longer than casual, the world around you fades away for a moment. Her eyes speak volumes, and in that silent communication, a bond begins to form without uttering a single word. It's not about her being overly eager or seeking approval. It's a silent admission of curiosity and connection. Her pupils may dilate ever so slightly. Her gaze may soften, as if she's shedding the armor she's worn for protection. This is vulnerability, not desperation. It's her way of saying, I see you for who you are, and I want you to see me too. This exchange isn't about manipulation. It's about pure, honest connection. Now let's bring in the wisdom of the Stoics to clarify the significance of this moment. As Marcus Aurelius once stated, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. In other words, the way we carry ourselves internally is reflected in every action and interaction. The Stoics understood that power doesn't come from noise and action. It arises from stillness and clarity of thought. The modern man, one who embraces Stoic principles, doesn't react impulsively or seek constant validation. He stands firm in his own presence, aware of his surroundings, and most importantly, he is aware of when a connection is being offered, whether through words or, as is often the case, through silent communication. When a woman holds your gaze for just a second longer, it's a moment calling for your calm, your poise, your awareness. It's an invitation to connect without the need to chase or overanalyze. When this happens, don't flinch. Don't awkwardly shift your eyes away or try to impress with an exaggerated smile. Instead, channel the power of your Stoic training. Respond with stillness, with a quiet acknowledgement of the unspoken bond forming in that moment. Offer her a natural smile, a smile not born out of neediness, but from the self-assuredness of knowing that you are present, centered, and in control. In that space, there is no rush, no pressure, just the simple yet powerful energy of two souls recognizing one another. And isn't that the true essence of attraction? Not the loud, desperate pursuit, but the calm, grounded presence of a man who knows how to be still, how to listen with his eyes, and how to recognize when something meaningful is unfolding. This is where your Stoic strength shines. The Stoics believed in mastering oneself before attempting to influence the world around them. In those moments, when a woman's gaze lingers longer than expected, it's your time to embody that mastery. Can you remain unshaken in the face of connection? Can you respond with the power of silence, the wisdom of observation, and the confidence that comes from inner peace? If you've trained your mind to be steady, to recognize the subtleties, you'll be aware of these moments when they arise. And when you notice her eyes, you'll meet them with a calm, unspoken affirmation of your own presence. In today's fast-paced world, these moments of silent connection are rare. They're not accompanied by dramatic music or grand declarations. They happen quietly, almost unnoticed by the untrained eye. But this is where you can truly stand apart. As a modern Stoic man, you don't rush into judgment or action. You observe, you wait, and when you recognize that subtle sign in her eyes, you engage with the confidence of someone who is not desperate for attention, but present enough to receive it. So now, I challenge you to reflect. Have you ever experienced that quiet gaze, the kind that lingers and speaks more than words could ever express? The kind that communicates a desire for connection, for something deeper? Did you recognize it when it happened, or did you let it slip by unnoticed? Share your experiences in the comments. Let's support one another in noticing the connections that are often hidden in plain sight. Because, as the Stoics would agree, the wisdom we gain from observing and reflecting on these moments can lead us toward deeper understanding, not just of others, but of ourselves. Sign 2. Subtle touches. Subtle touches, those gentle, almost imperceptible gestures, carry a weight that words often cannot. They are soft whispers from the soul, and for the Stoic man, calm, grounded, watchful, they are not to be missed. In a world that values loud expressions and fast moves, a woman's quiet, intentional touch is a rare language of its own. Picture this. You're speaking with composure, and she leans in slightly, her hand brushing yours as if by accident. But it's not. It's a test, a quiet signal, a subtle way of saying, I feel safe with you. Maybe she touches your arm when she laughs, or lets her hand rest on your shoulder just a second longer than necessary. These moments may seem small, but they are packed with intention. Women, especially those attuned to emotional nuance, often communicate desire and comfort, not through declarations, but through presence, through space, energy, and yes, touch. Touch is ancient. Long before we learned how to form sentences, we reached out with our hands. It's one of the earliest ways humans formed connection and trust. A child doesn't ask for love with words. They reach for their mother's hand. That instinct never leaves us. In modern life, where so much of our communication has become digital, texts, emails, emojis, physical touch stands out more than ever. It's bold in its vulnerability. It's real in a world where so much is filtered and edited. When a woman touches you, even subtly, she's offering a moment of truth. And for the Stoic man, that moment isn't something to chase or cling to. It's something to honor. So what should you do when you notice these signals? The answer is simple. Stay still. Stay present. You don't need to react impulsively or start overthinking every move. The Stoic man doesn't chase validation. He doesn't interpret every detail like a puzzle. He breathes. He observes. And when the time is right, he responds with intention, not haste. If she touches your arm during conversation, respond not with a grab or a flirtatious move, but with a grounded, respectful gesture. Maybe a gentle touch on her back as you guide her through a door, or a steady look that lets her know you noticed. You're not trying to escalate. You're showing that you're attuned. You're letting her know without words. I see you. I respect this. These subtle moments matter. They reveal how you handle intimacy, not just physical, but emotional. They reveal whether you're rushed and reactive or calm and self-assured. Women notice these things. They feel them. And the man who responds with patience and grace stands out in a world full of noise. Don't fall into the trap of overanalyzing her behavior or doubting your instincts. That's not the path of the Stoic. Instead, recognize that intimacy begins not in grand gestures, but in the small, sacred spaces where comfort and curiosity meet. In these fleeting touches, she is asking, are you present enough to feel this moment with me? It's in your stillness that she feels safe. It's in your restraint that she finds trust. Because when a woman dares to break that invisible wall and reaches out even slightly, she's not just looking for chemistry. She's feeling for your energy. Your reaction tells her everything. Not just who you are now, but who you might be in deeper moments of connection, challenge, or love. So when she opens that door, don't rush to barge through it. Stand at the threshold with quiet strength. Let her feel your presence. Let the energy build naturally, because true connection doesn't need to be forced. It unfolds. And in this world of distractions and noise, it is your calm, your wisdom, and your unwavering presence that invites her to keep stepping closer. If you find this valuable, like, comment below, and share it with someone who could benefit. Don't forget to subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Comment to remember. True connection is built on presence, patience, and respect. Sign 3. Real confidence, real attraction. A woman who's drawn to you doesn't just give you a nod and a smile. She makes the air between you buzz. She holds her ground, not because she's testing you, but because she feels your presence as something undeniable. Her posture shifts as if she's leaning into your very essence, not because it's expected, but because it feels natural. Her gaze? It's not wandering, it's rooted in you, and when she speaks, it's not filler. Every word is deliberate. Every pause is a quiet invitation. You see, the subtlety here is where many miss the mark. That's not just interest, that's alignment, that's deeper than attraction. And the Stoics, they understood this centuries ago. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When a woman is locked in like that, when she engages with you on that level, she's choosing to react with intention, not impulse. That's rare. In an age of distractions, finding someone who is genuinely present with you is like finding a gem in the rough. She's not just responding, she's fully invested. And in the end, every investment yields a return. But here's the real question for you, my friend. Are you capable of recognizing it? Will you rise to her energy? Or will you shrink away like so many do? The true Stoic, the one who walks the path of self-mastery, he doesn't scramble for attention. He doesn't seek validation. He attracts it quietly through his presence. When she gives you her undivided focus, don't squander it with shallow chatter. Don't seek her approval. Stand steady. Ask the hard questions. What drives you when no one's looking? What's the one belief you've held on to through it all? These aren't just casual questions. They're keys to her heart. And if she chooses to share, she's revealing more than just words. She's offering you a piece of her soul. Don't pretend to care. Care. Because a woman doesn't open up through force or charm. She opens up when she feels seen, understood, and valued. You can't fake that. Your attention is your power. It's the true currency of connection. If she's offering it to you, you better rise to meet her with authenticity. Not with ego, but with substance. Not with flash, but with depth. Too many men miss this moment. They rush through it, get distracted, or fail to see the signs. But not you. Not anymore. You've learned to spot the shift, the way she leans in, the softness in her eyes, the subtle drop in her guard. That's your moment. That's your opening. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. And too many men let their thoughts sabotage their chances, overthinking and missing the opportunity to truly connect. But wisdom doesn't second guess. The Stoic way doesn't chase, it stands firm, creating a space for truth. You want to be unforgettable? Then don't try to impress her. Understand her. Be the one who sees past the surface. Stand still while the chaos swirls around. Be the calm in her world. Be the man who listens when others only hear. And if you've ever felt that spark, the moment when she locks eyes with you, the quiet energy in the room that speaks louder than words, comment below, "I'm mastering the art of presence." Let that be your affirmation. Let it be your shift. And if this message resonated with you, don't just scroll past it. Like this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to this channel. Stoicism win. Because this journey is about more than understanding women. It's about mastering yourself, your thoughts, your presence, your power. That's what sets you apart. And that's why you're here. And if you recognize the power of true presence, drop a comment below. I am mastering the art of presence. Like this video, subscribe for more unshakable wisdom, and remember, it's not about chasing attention, it's about standing steady, embodying authenticity, and attracting respect.
Sek voor. Playful teasing or flirting.
Playful teasing, or light flirting on the surface. It might seem like harmless banter, but if you look a little deeper, you'll discover that it's often a subtle invitation into her world. When a woman starts to challenge your opinions in jest, playfully mocks your favorite sports team, or even debates with a smile about who makes the better coffee, she's not just entertaining herself, she's signaling something more. This is where attraction becomes a dance, not of grand gestures, but of small, meaningful steps. These moments may seem insignificant to the untrained eye, but to the wise, they are signs worth noticing. This isn't just humor for the sake of it. It's calculated charm, an emotional handshake extended to see if you have the composure, wit, and strength to match her energy. Realize this, and you will find strength. In other words, your reaction to these subtle cues is far more important than the cue itself. A woman will test the waters this way only when she feels safe around you, when your presence calms her rather than pressures her. That safety gives her room to be playful, and in that playfulness, she's exploring connection. Flirting in this form is not loud, boastful, or overt. It's quiet, clever, and full of intent. Psychology tells us that teasing helps fast-track rapport, breaks down emotional walls, and builds a foundation of shared humor and understanding. And as a man who walks with Stoic wisdom, your role is not to overpower her with wit or prove you're the sharpest in the room. Instead, it's to stay grounded, unshaken, and responsive, not reactive. If she makes a cheeky remark about your haircut or questions your taste in movies, don't tense up. Don't take it personally. Instead, smile, lean into the moment, and gently tease her back. Perhaps about how she needs to take 100 selfies just to choose one. The key is keeping the tone light, never mean-spirited. Remember the words of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. In these moments, your calm, humorous response isn't just a defense mechanism. It's a signal of emotional maturity, of quiet strength. In real life, these signs often show up unexpectedly. Maybe you're chatting over coffee and she suddenly starts giving you a hard time about your old man playlist. Or maybe during a walk, she jokingly accuses you of being terrible with directions. These are not insults, they're invitations. Invitations to connect, to laugh, to open up. And how you handle them can either deepen the spark or shut the door. This is where the modern Stoic man shines. He doesn't compete, he connects. He doesn't get defensive, he stays centered. He understands that life is not a courtroom where every word must be judged and defended, but a conversation where emotional intelligence guides the flow. So the next time a woman playfully pokes at your habits, don't just see it as teasing, see it as an opportunity. An opportunity to show your confidence without arrogance, to respond with warmth instead of resistance, to let your charm shine not through dominance, but through ease. And here's where your life experience becomes a gift. You've lived long enough to know that real relationships aren't built on fireworks, but on subtle, steady signals like this, ones that many men overlook. If you've ever had a playful conversation that unexpectedly turned into something more, share your story in the comments. What started as a joke might have become something beautiful, and your story could help another man spot the same signs in his own life. And if you're still learning the rhythm of this dance, be patient. Like anything worthwhile, it takes practice. But trust me, once you get the feel for it, it becomes one of the most rewarding parts of the connection. The next time she laughs while teasing you, smile back with the confidence of a man who knows. This is more than just banter. It's the beginning of something real. Sign 5. Prioritizing time with you. In the whirlwind of today's fast-paced world, time is a currency we can never get back. When a woman genuinely values you, one of the most telling signs of her feelings is how she makes space for you in her life. It's not always about the grand gestures we often fantasize about, lavish dinners, spontaneous trips, or over-the-top dates. Rather, it's in the small, quiet moments she chooses to share with you, inviting you for a coffee, suggesting a low-key weekend together, or even just checking in on you during the day. In a world full of distractions and commitments, such acts are her way of showing that you are a priority. And if you look closely, this is where the Stoic lessons about the value of time come into play. Stoics teach us that time is finite and cannot be hoarded. When someone makes the conscious decision to spend their valuable time with you, they're not just making a practical choice, they're making a statement. A Stoic would tell you that how we allocate our time reveals our true values. If she's choosing to spend her moments with you, then you hold a significant place in her heart, and that's not something to take lightly. In today's world, where we're often bombarded by work, social media, and endless distractions, her decision to make time for you speaks volumes. It goes beyond just filling a gap in her day. It's a deliberate act of emotional investment. She's not merely fitting you into her schedule. She's carving out space for you, signaling that you mean more to her than just a passing interest. This is a direct reflection of her feelings and how she perceives your relationship. It's not about how much time is spent. It's about the intention behind it. In a sense, she's offering you a piece of herself, a rare commodity that many people guard carefully in today's busy world. By making time for you, she's inviting you into her personal life, letting you know that you are someone who matters to her. As a Stoic would say, we should be mindful of how we use our time. Time wasted is time we can never get back, and every moment spent with someone is an opportunity for deeper connection, understanding, and growth. When she gives you this gift of time, it's important to recognize it and respond accordingly. A simple, "Thank you for making time for me," is more than just polite. It's a recognition of her effort. It shows that you understand the value of her attention and that you don't take her gift of time for granted. But Stoic life isn't just about receiving with gratitude. It's about giving back in equal measure. The real test lies in how you show up when you're together. Be present, physically and emotionally. Show her that her time and attention matter to you by being engaged, thoughtful, and considerate. By doing so, you demonstrate that her efforts are not only appreciated, but reciprocated. This is how true connections are forged, through mutual effort, time, and understanding. In the modern world, where time seems to slip away in a blur of notifications and obligations, the ability to truly make time for someone is a profound expression of affection. It's a clear signal that she is willing to invest in you and the relationship. So when she prioritizes time with you, understand that it's a sign of something deeper, a commitment to build something meaningful. And don't forget, this isn't just about her. It's about you too. Respond by being just as intentional with your time, and you'll both create a relationship that's built on respect, care, and an appreciation for the rarest commodity we all have: time. In the end, this simple yet powerful act of prioritizing each other is how true emotional intimacy and trust are developed, through time shared and the understanding that you are both willing to invest in the future together. If this message spoke to your heart today, leave a comment about faith. I am a high-value man. Sign 6. She regularly initiates texting you. In today's digital age, texting has become one of the most common ways people communicate. However, not all text messages are created equal. When a woman is genuinely interested in you, the way she reaches out to you can reveal her feelings more than you might realize. One of the clearest signs of interest is when she regularly initiates texting, showing that she is not just passing time, but actively seeking to stay connected with you. It's easy to think that texting is just a casual way to say hi or to check in without much thought. But when a woman takes the time to text you consistently, it goes beyond basic communication. It's a subtle yet powerful indication that she's emotionally invested in you. Why does she initiate text? The reasons why a woman might initiate texting can vary, but one thing is clear. She's taking the time to make an effort to stay in touch. It's more than just a social nicety. It's a reflection of her genuine interest in your life. It's easy to mistake frequent texting for casual conversation, but when a woman initiates it, it means she's actively trying to build and maintain a connection. A woman who texts you regularly might send messages about small things, like how her day went or how something reminded her of you. These messages are not just to fill the silence. They are an invitation to connect on a deeper level. They allow her to share parts of her life with you and to invite you into her world, even when you're not physically present. In many cases, when a woman is into you, she may initiate texts to check in on you or share something personal that she wants you to be a part of. For instance, imagine this. You've been going through a stressful period at work, and one day, out of the blue, you get a text from her saying, "Hey, just wanted to check in and see how you're doing. I hope today's been better for you." This is a clear indication that she's not only thinking of you, but also deeply cares about your well-being. Another example could be when she randomly sends a text saying, "I saw this article on something you like and thought of you," or "I know you've been wanting to try this restaurant. Want to go sometime?" These seemingly small texts speak volumes about how she values your interests and is trying to weave herself into your life. This is not a coincidence. She's showing interest by keeping the conversation going. And it's a subtle but clear way of showing that she's thinking about you, even when you're not together. How should you respond to her initiation? For the modern Stoic man, there's a key principle to keep in mind when responding to these messages. Stay grounded and present. The fact that she's reaching out to you first is a reflection of her interest, but it's also an opportunity for you to show how emotionally intelligent and present you are. Don't overthink or feel the need to bombard her with excessive texts in return. The Stoic way is to respond with clarity and purpose, acknowledging her message thoughtfully without overcompensating. If she texts you about how her day went, for example, a simple but genuine reply, like, "I'm glad to hear your day went well. It's always nice when things go smoothly," can go a long way. Your response shouldn't be rushed or robotic. Instead, engage with her on a deeper level by acknowledging her thoughts and responding with authenticity. It's important not to rush the process or feel pressured to overdo it. Texting is an opportunity to show that you're calm and self-assured. A Stoic man knows how to balance attentiveness with independence. If she's texting you regularly, it's a sign she enjoys your company. But just because she's reaching out doesn't mean you should be in a rush to create a fast-paced back-and-forth conversation. Respond in your own time. Stay mindful of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. If she texts you about something important, like how she's feeling about a difficult situation, this is where you can show your emotional maturity. You might say, "I can see how that could be tough. I'm here if you need to talk more about it." You're not just acknowledging the text. You're engaging with empathy, showing that you care, but also that you have the emotional control to offer meaningful responses rather than rushing to fill the silence with empty words. By staying grounded and present, you communicate that you value her effort in reaching out and are invested in the connection, but also that you're emotionally mature enough to avoid rushing or overreacting. The Stoic wisdom behind it. Why is this important in the context of Stoicism? The Stoic approach teaches that true emotional strength comes from self-control and thoughtful observation. The way you respond to her text is a reflection of your ability to maintain a calm, centered mindset while still being open and emotionally engaged. By responding with clarity and authenticity, you are not only engaging with her in a meaningful way, but also upholding your own inner strength. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This can be applied to how you approach texting. It's not about chasing after her attention or feeling the need to respond immediately. It's about choosing how to engage thoughtfully, whether you respond right away or take time to craft a well-considered reply. Ultimately, when a woman is regularly initiating texts, it's a signal that she's emotionally invested. How you respond to that signal matters just as much as the signal itself. By embracing the Stoic values of calmness, observation, and thoughtful interaction, you can build a deeper connection with her that is based on emotional clarity and mutual respect. Sign 7. She cares about your well-being. One of the most powerful signs that a woman is genuinely interested in you is when she consistently shows care and concern for your well-being. This is not just about superficial gestures or obligatory acts of kindness. It's about her deeply caring for your happiness, health, and mental state. When a woman goes out of her way to check in on you, notice how you're feeling, or offer support when you need it, it's a clear indication that she values you in a meaningful way. The power of care in relationships. When we talk about care in relationships, it's essential to understand that true care goes beyond grand gestures or romantic displays. Care is shown through the little things, the genuine interest in your life, the way she remembers what matters to you, and how she reaches out when you need support. This could be something as simple as her asking how your day went, noticing when you're stressed, or offering a comforting gesture when you're feeling down. Let's consider an example. Imagine you've been going through a tough week at work, and she notices that you're a little more withdrawn or stressed than usual. One day, she sends you a thoughtful text that says, "Hey, I know you've been working hard lately. If you ever need someone to talk to or take a break with, I'm here." This kind of message shows that she's paying attention to your emotional state and wants to offer comfort without pressuring you. Another example could be when you've been dealing with personal issues and she takes it upon herself to check in with you regularly. She might say things like, "How are you holding up today? Let me know if there's anything I can do to help." These actions show that she's invested in your emotional well-being. It's not just about her being there in the good times. It's about being there when you're struggling too. Why does this matter? In modern relationships, emotional care and concern are often overlooked or misinterpreted. Many people may think that love is shown through dramatic acts or romantic gestures, but real care is shown through consistency and attentiveness. A woman who genuinely cares about you will take note of the things that affect your emotional health. She'll remember what's important to you and what's not, and she'll check in on you without waiting for you to ask for help. This type of concern is especially significant in a world that can often feel disconnected and busy. People are distracted, and emotional support can sometimes feel like an afterthought. But when a woman consistently reaches out to see how you're doing, it's a sign that she's building a deep emotional connection with you. She's not just with you for the fun and excitement. She's with you because she genuinely cares about your well-being, and that's a strong foundation for any relationship. How should you respond? When a woman shows consistent care for you, it's important to acknowledge her actions with sincerity and gratitude. You might respond to her inquiries with something as simple as, "Thank you for checking in. It really means a lot to me that you care." This lets her know that you appreciate her concern and that you're grateful for the emotional space she's providing. However, as a Stoic man, it's important to balance vulnerability with emotional independence. You don't need to overburden her with your problems or expect her to fix everything. Instead, share your feelings calmly and thoughtfully. For example, you might say, "It's been a tough week, but I'm working through it. Thanks for being there for me." This shows her that you value her support without leaning on her for emotional validation. The Stoic wisdom behind it. In Stoicism, care is not about dependency. It's about mutual respect and support. A Stoic man understands that relationships are built on emotional balance, where both parties care for each other while maintaining their own strength and independence. By showing appreciation for her concern and responding with emotional maturity, you're reinforcing a healthy, balanced dynamic in the relationship. As Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Many men overthink or resist care because they fear vulnerability. But in reality, accepting care with gratitude strengthens the bond. A Stoic man doesn't shy away from emotional intimacy. He embraces it with wisdom, grace, and patience. When she shows you consistent care and concern, take it as a sign that she values you as more than just an object of attraction. She is interested in your overall well-being. Respond with calm confidence, understanding that her care is a reflection of the deeper connection you are building together. Sign 8. She shows genuine interest in your life. One of the most subtle yet powerful signs that a woman is genuinely interested in you is when she goes beyond the surface level and starts taking a real interest in your life, your passions, your dreams, and your well-being. This isn't just about small talk like, "How's the weather?" or "What did you eat for lunch?" She's asking about your deepest motivations, your long-term goals, and the things that truly inspire you. When she does this, it's clear she's not just trying to fill the silence. She's making an effort to understand the core of who you are, and that's when you know she's interested in something far more meaningful than a fleeting connection. As a modern Stoic, you know that the pursuit of wisdom and the understanding of one's own purpose in life are at the core of self-improvement. When she asks about your values, your dreams, and what makes you tick, it's not just curiosity. It's an emotional investment. She wants to know who you are beneath the exterior, what drives you forward, and what excites your soul. And this is powerful. As the old Stoics once said, "Know thyself," and when she takes the time to understand you on a deeper level, it's a reflection of her own desire to connect and build something real. But here's the thing. When a woman shows this kind of interest, it's not just a casual conversation. This is her way of telling you, without saying it explicitly, that she sees something in you worth investing in. This isn't about trying to impress her with shallow details or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about being authentic and open. She wants to know the man behind the outer shell, the person who dreams big, who faces challenges head-on, who stands by his values, and pushes forward no matter what. When she shows this kind of curiosity, it means she's imagining a future with you, not just today, but in the years to come. She sees potential, and she's trying to figure out how you both fit together in that picture. Psychologically, this behavior signals that she's looking for a deeper emotional connection. She's not asking these questions just for the sake of conversation. She's testing the waters of a potential relationship, trying to understand where your hearts align. The more open you are with her, the more she'll feel that connection strengthening. In the context of Stoic principles, we understand that emotional mastery comes from being self-aware and remaining calm in the face of challenges. When you share your true self with her, you're demonstrating this emotional resilience. You're showing her that you're not afraid to open up, to be vulnerable, and to trust someone with your deepest thoughts and aspirations. This, in turn, makes the connection between you both more profound and authentic. So, if you notice a woman asking these deeper questions about your goals, your life philosophy, what inspires you, take it as a positive sign. It's a clear indicator that she's emotionally invested and sees something valuable in you. Don't shy away from these questions. Instead, embrace them. Be honest, be sincere, and share your true self. It's in these moments of vulnerability that a genuine bond can flourish. As the Stoics would remind us, true connections are not built on superficial interactions, but on the understanding of one another's souls. So, when she opens up to you in this way, seize the opportunity to open up as well. The more authentic and open you are, the stronger the bond between you two will grow. Now, here's a question for you. Have you ever had a woman ask these kinds of meaningful questions about your life? How did you respond, and what did it make you feel? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let's dive deeper into this journey together, exploring what it means to form lasting, meaningful connections based on trust, vulnerability, and mutual understanding. Common misinterpretations. In the realm of human connection, it's easy to fall into the trap of overthinking and overanalyzing every little gesture that comes our way, especially when it comes to women. We all do it. A smile here, a compliment there, a glance that lasts just a second longer than usual. We start piecing these things together, desperately looking for any sign that she's interested. But let me caution you, not every small action is a signal of romantic attraction. A smile, a quick compliment, or a simple response might just be politeness, not an invitation to pursue something deeper. The Stoics understood that it's not the single act that defines the truth. It's the combination of actions, the pattern that emerges over time. Think of it like this: a smile paired with intense eye contact, followed by a rich, engaging conversation. Now, that speaks volumes. But a casual smile on its own? That could just be friendliness, nothing more. The danger comes when we overanalyze, obsess, and lose sight of the bigger picture. In the wise words of Marcus Aurelius, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." If you find yourself questioning a woman's intentions, take a step forward with confidence. Ask her directly, "I feel like we get along really well. What do you think?" This approach not only gives you clarity, but does so without the weight of unnecessary pressure. Now let's talk about how to respond when you start noticing these subtle signs. Confidence, true confidence, is your greatest ally here. When you see the signs, don't hesitate. Don't second-guess yourself. Embrace the moment with your authentic self, fully aware of your value. There's no need to be cocky. but do carry yourself with a quiet, unshakable belief in who you are. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." When the time feels right, take action. Don't wait for the perfect moment that may never come. Ask her out, suggest an activity, or simply express your interest in a straightforward, respectful manner. If you've been paying attention, these signs will not only tell you she might be interested, they'll show you the way forward. So, what are the 7 signs that indicate she's genuinely attracted to you? Let's break them down. First, genuine eye contact. This isn't the quick glance that immediately looks away. No, it's that deep, steady gaze that lingers just a little longer than normal. It's her way of saying, "I see you and I'm engaged." Second, subtle touches. A light tap on your arm, a playful brush of your hand, or a gentle touch on your shoulder. These are all physical cues that go beyond casual interaction. Third, active listening. When she's truly interested in you, she'll listen intently to what you say, ask questions, and remember details. It's not just about hearing words, it's about connecting. Fourth, playful teasing. She might joke with you, make fun of you in a light-hearted way, or engage in friendly banter. This shows comfort and trust. Finally, prioritizing time with you. She will make an effort to spend time with you, seek your company, and keep the conversation going. These signs, while subtle, are incredibly powerful. Recognizing them will transform how you approach relationships. You won't waste time wondering, "Does she like me?" because you'll already know the answer. You will move forward with strength, clarity, and the confidence that comes from understanding not just the signs, but the art of mastering your own thoughts and emotions. This is the Stoic way, and it's the way that will help you win, not just in love, but in life. So take note of the signs, step forward with boldness, and take control of your own fate. You're in the driver's seat. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video and that it gave you some insightful tips on how to read the subtle signs of attraction. Now it's time to take action. Start observing these signs in your own life. Remember, understanding these cues can be a powerful tool in building deeper, more meaningful relationships. But always remember, true connection is about mutual respect, trust, and effort from both sides. Relationships aren't just about reading signals. They're about understanding each other and putting in the work to grow together. The Stoic wisdom we've discussed today isn't just a strategy. It's a mindset that can lead to better connections, more clarity, and ultimately more fulfilling relationships. So, as you go out into the world, keep an eye out for these signs, but also focus on building a solid foundation of respect and trust. Relationships take effort, but with the right mindset, you can create something real and lasting. If you found value in today's video, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on content that can empower your life. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care and stay wise.